Agafya Lykova is preparing to meet the new year 2022. The famous tiger Hermit in 2021 underwent several global changes in her life. Let's start with the good ones. We'll tell you about the bad ones at the end of this video. This week we visited Agafya Karpovna, said Viktor Nepomniashchi, director of the Kakasky Nature Reserve. They threw volunteers and a new assistant to her. This is Father Georgi from Orenburg. He will stay with her for the winter. They brought gifts and surprises to the Hermit. Among them is a small solar battery, so that you can recharge your phone and turn on the light when needed. This is a gift from philanthropist Oleg Deripaska. He paid for the helicopter flight and food and everything else. Agafya, as usual, was delighted with the guests. Although she is not alone, an inspector of the reserve is constantly on duty at the hunt. He will be with her for 2 or 3 months. Otherwise, it is impossible. After all, a person of age, you have to be near. But she does not reject help. She is already used to it. Agafya's household is in order. She has 3 cats, a dog named Flower and 6 goats. Too many goats. And clean after them, and feed them. If the hay is brought in by helicopter, it will be golden. So the assistants hope to persuade the Hermit to slightly reduce the livestock. The inspector also gave Agafya a letter from Anton's nephew. She was very moved. And to the question, how about that he came, she immediately responded, of course, let him. It is understandable, native blood. The clarification should be made here. Nephew Anton appeared several years ago, and whether he is actually a nephew is a big question for everyone. This riddle can be clarified only by DNA examination. But Anton helps with the housework, brings gifts. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with visiting him. By the way, like all old believers, the Hermit does not celebrate the New Year. All the more so on these days there is a fast. So holiday for her is not a feast and fun. And on January 7th, when the Nativity fast ends, you can taste the butter and meat. But for now, the holidays are Christian, bright thoughts and prayer. In the summer, a new bathhouse was rebuilt at the hut, and a brick oven was laid in the house. The director of the reserve Viktor Nepomniashchi announced this on Facebook. According to him, Lykova also insulated the house, and equipped a cellar. As for the stove, the Hermit herself made adjustments to its design. Nepomniashchi said that the building materials for the stove had to be brought to Lykova's house in 6 passes. In total, 1,500 pieces of bricks, and a ton of mortar were used. The work on the home improvement and the side of the elderly woman was in full swing for almost a month. At the same time, bears periodically visited the builders. The inspectors also shared some bad news. It just so happened. This autumn the house built by Agafya Karpovna's father's almost burned down. Bloggers from Krasnoyarsk, Andrei Bogdanov and his wife, came to visit Agafya without permission. Agafya Lykova, a kind soul, left them to spend the night in an old hut. And soon the building burst into flames. They say that the dilapidated roof caught fire because of the overheated pipe. Fortunately, the house was defended, the wall and the roof were damaged. And not so long ago it was restored. It became even better than before. The Metropolitanate of the Russian Old Believers Church, big business, as well as friends of Agafya, the same Nikolai Sedov, helped. Sites relish information about the fire by referencing each other. Whether the Siberian blogger is really to blame, no one knows. An investigation is underway. At the same time, there were 4 more people at the capture. Where the others lived is not reported. Who knows the details about this fire? Please write in the comments below the video. We are monitoring this event and will report new facts. I also ask you to subscribe to the channel, press the bell for notifications, rate this video and chat in the comments about the family of famous old believers. I also ask you to go to other videos about Agafya Lykova, which you now see in the end screensavers. Thank you all for watching.